Are you searching for the perfect love? You can't purchase it, you perfect love. Don't be searching for the perfect love unless the love you searching for someone inside yourself. Welcome to the Women in Hip Hop Wednesdays podcast. I'm your host, your music midwife, and nerdy hip hop homegirl, Coco Peila. I'm an MC, songwriter, record producer, and singer. And the MC is the part that truly qualifies me to take you on this journey. Today, I know y'all can see what's happening right now. So excited. I get excited every time we have the honor and the pleasure to have guests here. Today, sitting next to me in real life,
it's so silly,
is the illustrious Vicky Casis. Everyone, wherever you are right now, if you're driving, don't stand up. But anywhere else, stand up. Give her a round of applause.
What's up, y'all?
Yes. So if you are just like, this may be the first time that you're finding the Women in Hip Hop Wednesdays podcast. You're on YouTube. You just struggle. You press subscribe. You press the notifications button, and you're like, oh, who is this? Awesome. Welcome. You're about to get to spend some time with a legend in the making.
Please.
No, it's true. But for those of you who have been tuned in since season 1, we had the honor of interviewing Vicky. We, all of you plus me, had the honor of interviewing Vicky season 1. So I definitely encourage you to go back and, do your studying, because we did a big deep dive. But Vicky is a DJ, a producer. Vicky is one half of QSTV, the collective. Vicky is so incredible. And we just are blessed with the chance to be with her. So what's up, Vic?
What's up? I'm honored to be here. Thank you
for coming.
I feel like this is what you're doing is magical. It's needed in media. Just shining a spotlight on just women creatives and, having the audience get to learn their story and what they do and how their creative process and the things that they love to do. So it's great to be on this platform, with you. So thank you.
No, thank you for making time. You've been flying around the world and the country. What? You said
making it like
it's literally
like I live on a plane or something like that. Get out there.
But you
now you pull out the brush. So silly. Yo,
girl.
Now you pull out the brush.
Look,
like, let me brush my hair.
The brush is one of the characters on the show. I love now.
it. Do you have a name for the brush?
No.
You need to give it a name.
All right. Let me think about
Off the top.
Off the top?
Mm-hmm.
Trey.
Shout out to Trey.
All right. So
holding you down.
Yes, exactly. Talk to us about what you've been doing since you've been with us last. Because it was like, I don't know, 7-8 months ago. Something like that.
Months already?
Maybe 7? I mean, it's May.
I know, the time is
and
flying.
It's about to be
it was
June.
cold. It was pretty cold, right? Was it cold the last time?
It was either November,
yeah,
right? It wasn't December. It was like October, November.
It November. So it was pretty cold. Well, we've been doing as far as a collective with QSTV. We went. This was our second or third time going to London. So we did that in February, and we went to Amsterdam. So in Amsterdam, we did a thing with this organization called House of Hip Hop. In House of Hip Hop, they teach students or anybody that wants to, learn the elements of hip hop. They have different classes and different stuff. And they also have 2 spaces. So there's one space for like events and stuff like that. And then the other space is like actual studios where, students or people that want to learn can create. So they have something for producers. They have something for musicians, dancers, graffiti artists, all types of stuff they have, which is really cool of what they're doing in Amsterdam. So shout out to House of Hip Hop, Darren, Hannah.
Yes.
That's our people's over there. Yeah, shout out to them. And a friend of ours that lives in Amsterdam named Jay Collins, a dope MC, Jay Collins, he told us about it. He was like, yeah, you guys should check out House of Hip Hop and, do something with them. So we reached out and, told them it'd be cool to do like a QSTV link up, which is what we do here all the time. Just where we come through and perform and do our thing, but also we have creators on that side come and do their thing and showcase what they do, whether you're a singer, a rapper, producer, DJ, come up and do your thing. So we did that, and that was great. And then after, the next day, we had a workshop. So we was teaching, different children or students our process of doing like live beat sets. So me and Rem, we were in the studio with students showing them, our process, doing live beat sets, or how did we start a beat, or, just how did we create our own sound. And then we went in another room, and that's where Marcus and Joe Blacks, because Marcus, which is my brother, Marcus Machado, he's a guitarist. So he was showing his process with Joe Blacks, who's a drummer and part of QSTV, on how they perform and do live performances, and how they connect with one another, even if they're just jamming, have no idea what they're playing, how they have that synergy where they can connect and like go bounce off of each other. So we did that, and then it turned into a whole jam session where everyone was passing the mic, freestyling, doing their thing. So it was really special, really nice, and we're looking forward to going back there real soon to do something else. So we did that. Then we also shout out to Prime, which is a sneaker shop, and Nam, who owns it, he's also part of House of Hip Hop and running it. So he's like, yeah, I have a sneaker shop. It'd be cool for me and Rem to do like a live beat set at the shop and have people just come through. So we did that as well. So that was fun. So shout out to Prime and shout out to Nam and the whole squad over there. And then from there, we went to London and we just did different shows out there. So we did Box Park and Chip Shop, and Marcus, he had his thing at Ronnie Scott's, and Mason and Fifth. So it was just pretty much a cool, Europe tour that we did in February. And then ever since then, since we got back, we just been doing just different shows at Filthy Diamond, like we always do. And just moving, just rolling.
And you hit the West Coast too, right?
Yeah, the West Coast we tend to like to do. So we went to NAMM. We usually go to NAMM every year. And NAMM was in January. Yeah, we did that in January. And for those that don't know, NAMM is like the biggest music convention like ever. So it's in Anaheim, California.
What does NAMM stand for?
National, look it up because I can't remember off the top of my head. Go ahead. Bring it out. Do the research.
Let me do the research. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So NAMM is like the biggest music convention ever. And all musicians, creators, whether you're an engineer, educator, whatever you do, anything within music, pretty much everyone is there. And it's a perfect place for everyone to connect, but also find out about what's the new, latest, craziest gear coming out.
Yes.
So you get to see it first on the, in the showroom. But they have, like, if you know Anaheim Convention Center, they have, like, 2 or 3 different, like, buildings and different floors worth of, like, stuff. So it's insane. And it's all sectioned to where you have, like, for the guitars, you have the guitar section. For the bass, you have the bass section. For the keys, you got the key section. For beat machines and all that, you have that in one section. And then you got Roland, you got, Akai. For the DJs, they have their own section. So you have Pioneer and you have everything, so it's insane. So this year was really great. Usually we do collaboration with Curling Cables. Shout out to Curling Cables. That's our peoples.
Okay.
And they always have a booth where they show, they have a showroom of all their cables and stuff like that, but they also have people perform at the booth. So we do a thing every year where the QSTV squad, some of us come and fly out, and also our fam from Cali comes through, and we do producer showcase. So we have producers doing live beat sets throughout the whole day. So, for 3 days. So you'll have a few do their thing, and then another few come through the next day, and another few come for the following day. So we had that going, and then we also did like an after party type thing at Hard Rock. So so Hard Rock is like, it's right around the corner from the Anaheim Convention Center. So we did the link up. So we did that there. So we had producers and DJs come through and like do their thing like after NAMM. So it was great. It was great. So we'll be back, of course, next year doing the same thing, and it'll be bigger and better. So yeah. So that was great with NAMM. And ever since, we've just been doing the link ups and, the Zone and all of our different shows and stuff like that and at Filthy. So it's been cool. And there's a lot of special stuff coming up next month as well.
Okay, so talk about it. Let them know.
So June 6th at Los Depresos / The Greenhouse, which is in Bed-Stuy on Fulton and Austrian. Shout out to Basie Bob. That's his space. We're going to have a Prince edition of The Zone. So June 7th, I believe, is Prince's birthday. So we're celebrating Prince. So Prince, we're going to have a podcast style with an audience. So we're going to have Marcus and King Rem do a podcast talking about just everything Prince, because they're like Prince connoisseurs. Like
they're
fanatics. Like,
girl,
anything about Prince, especially all the uncut music, they know it all. So they're going to be talking about his legacy and his music. So that's going to be really cool. Playing some unreleased stuff that you guys might not know about.
Ooh.
Because they got all the gems. They got all the heat.
What?
They do. So they're going to be playing some special stuff. We're also going to have live performances. And we're going to have producers doing live beat sets. And I'll be spinning and doing a beat set and stuff in between. So it's going to be really special. So you can go to officialqstv.com, which is our website, and purchase your tickets. Tickets are like $16-17, and it's $20 at the door the day of the show. So definitely come through. And then June 10th, I'm going to be opening up for Lupe Fiasco with Pat G.
The way that you just said it, just like...
Stop it. So shout out to Pat G. He is a dope MC from Austin, Texas, but he's opening up for Lupe for the Food and Liquor 20th anniversary show. So I'm going to be DJing, supporting him. And we're opening it up for Lupe. And that's, June 6th at Pier 17.
June 10th at Pier 17.
I'm sorry, 10th. I'm thinking of Prince.
You got it.
June 10th at Pier 17. So definitely come out for that. It's going to be really dope. And then...
Where do they get tickets if they...
You can go to, I believe,
site?
You can go to Lupe's site, or you can go, I think, Pier 17, they have like their own thing too. So you can go to their website or Lupe's website and purchase tickets. And then the 26th, we're going to have the link up at Filthy. So definitely come out to Filthy. And, that's a free show.
And
so
this is a ladies link up or just a everybody link up?
Believe this is going to be a link up.
Okay.
It might be a ladies link up. We'll see. It might be split in half. So we'll see. Let you know. It's a surprise. So we're going to have that. And then the 27th, we're partnering with a clothing brand called Snow Milk. So Snow Milk is really cool. Their clothes is like repurposed clothes, but it's art on it. So it has like paintings and writings and all like crazy stuff on the clothes. And they have like different locations. They have one in World Trade Center, and they have a location on South Street by South Street Seaport. So we're going to be at the South Street location, and we're going to basically have like a link up at the shop. So you can shop, buy clothes, but you also can vibe out with us. So we're going to have live performances. We're going to have bands. We're going to have producers.
What?
It's a whole thing, yeah. Because it's crazy at the shop already. Like, it's a small space, not a huge space, but they already have a drum set and keys there. Like, so it's like made to like do something.
Do people get on it and play
I don't even know.
they're shopping?
I don't know. You got to ask the homie Jamie. Jamie runs that shop. So shout out to Jamie. But he's a drummer himself.
Okay.
And so we told him the idea of like, it'd be cool to do the link up here. He's like, yeah, he has like, his energy is like on 100. He's like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. Let's get, so he's really amped up, and we're amped up about it. So definitely come out. That's a free show as well. And you're open to shop, get your drip, but also, vibe out to us. We're going to have tip jars, so you can tip, artists too, and, support us as well. So definitely come out. And June's going to be fun.
Oh my
Gonna be really
God,
fun.
June is packed.
Oh, I'm tripping because there is more shows. So June 7th, it's called Kitchen Sink. So shout out to Prolific. Kitchen Sink, I believe, yeah, it's in Bushwick. And it's like it's an art space. So they have like a crazy gallery, but it's like a backyard open space. It's crazy. It's like an art house. It's like it's a building that they like turned into like an artsy house. So it's like I've never been there, but I've seen like videos of it, and it's like some creative like art space, but it's open also for like performers to do their thing in the back. So that's on the 7th, and then am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something.
That's okay.
Oh, 11th. So June 11th. I know I'm going. I went from the 26th to 20, and then back to the 10th. Yeah, it's crazy.
Good.
See where I need the calendar?
Girl.
June 11th, shout out to the homie Nick from Donut Lounge. She's having a show in Jersey City. And this is my first time playing in Jersey City, which is crazy. I just moved to Jersey City like in July of last year, but I've never done a show in Jersey City. So this is like the first one. So we're doing a show on the 11th. The space, I can't even remember, but just follow me if you
QSTV.
don't follow, or QSTV, and you'll see all the info on all these different shows because it's a lot going on. You can also go to my website, VickyCasis.com, and if you just go to the events section, you'll see all the shows, and then you can just see what you want to go to. So, yeah.
Man,
I think that's it.
You got a lot going. See, that's why I was saying to you, like, yeah, you really been like moving, traveling, shows, and also you're working on some stuff. But this is the thing that really should have happened in the beginning, but the internet was playing with me and I was playing with myself. But we can't do that. I can't play with you. So I want to just give y'all a little bit, for those of y'all who haven't seen the first interview with Vicky from season 1. I want to just give y'all a little background. Of course, since this interview back in the fall, whenever it was.
When it was cold.
Exactly. when it was cold.
When it was cold.
When it was super cold. Yeah. She's done a lot, and that's part of, why I wanted to have her back, just so that we gotta stay on. We gotta stay up to date on what you're doing, girl. So this is what I want you to know about Vic. She is a woman whose beats, vision, and sonic fingerprints stretch from Brooklyn to London to Amsterdam, right? All around the world. She's a powerhouse music producer, a dynamic DJ, a live beat set innovator. And my brain, this is one of the things that I want to talk to y'all about, her and her work, not just like as a beat producer, but as a culture bearer, as someone who's like protecting and creating culture, as a cultural architect, shaping sound across media, fashion, and live performance.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's you.
Thank you.
That's you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's...
You know how we are. We just go. Like, I don't even think back rarely. When I do, it's just like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but just like continue to move forward. So I don't even, sometimes we gotta like sit and like take it in, because we don't do that.
Yes,
enough.
And just adjust your crown a little bit.
Yeah, we don't do it enough, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, but we're not done yet.
Okay.
We have to tell a little bit more of your business. She's like, that's enough. But y'all see this box right here? This box right here? What's up, y'all? There are only 33 cassette tapes left. What cassette tapes, you ask? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. These are Confessions of a Black Feminist Rapper Part 2, Trigger Warning, mixtapes. Yes, the album actually drops in December, but in the meantime, in between time, I wanted y'all to get a little picture, to hear the concepts, to hear the sounds that are gonna be on the album. So there are 8 tracks from my forthcoming album on this cassette tape. Yes, it's a real cassette tape, an old school cassette tape. And each cassette tape comes with a Walkman and a handwritten note from me. This is actually one that's about to go out. I'm about to ship it tomorrow. And literally it comes, I bubble wrap it. I'm nice with it, okay? It comes with a cassette tape and a handwritten note. For me, there are 33 left out of 50. Expect them to sell out. Do not play. The songs are dope, the lyricism is dope, the content is dope. And when you snatch one of these limited edition cassette mixtapes, you also get a ticket to my next event, Altars for Our Inner Children, which I'm throwing in partnership with Creative Wildfire, which is organizations, Movement Generation, Art Co-op, New Economy Coalition, and Climate Justice Alliance. I'm super juiced about this because this is a relationship justice project, and they're sharing funding with me so that now, in addition to you have the different ticket levels, but there's also a pay what you can option for survivors who don't have the means to either pay for the ticket at all or pay the full price. Everyone is welcome. These resources, this community, this space should be available to folks no matter what their situation is at the moment. So big shout out to Creative Wildfire. Thank you so much for this. At this event, I'm going to be sharing a new song that I've been working on, also in partnership with Creative Wildfire, about relationship justice, about the intersections between what we see in intimate partner violence, sexual assault, sexual violence, violence against women and girls, child sexual abuse, domestic violence, sexual exploitation, the connections between that and the rise in fascism, the wars happening, the armed conflicts happening throughout the world, and why it's so important that we believe survivors, that we take what we are saying seriously, and we start really connecting the dots and drawing the lines between the systems of oppression and these symptoms of oppression, and who is getting targeted by these systems and why. And so I'm so juiced to be throwing this event again. If you want to know more about it, I actually already did a video, an episode called Altars for Our Inner Children, where you can learn more about how it went last time. This time we're going to be sharing that song. DJ KK47 will be in the mix. Of course, if you grab a cassette mixtape, you'll get a ticket, and you can also get general admission tickets. The way that I teach my workshops is really dope because you can do the expressive arts version and create your physical altar, or you can write a song or do a journal entry. And so I'm really excited about this party and getting to facilitate this songwriting, altar making workshop for survivors and their allies on the 7th of June at 2 p.m. right here in New York City at the university. Of course, just as last time, you'll be able to join online from anywhere in the world if you'd like to, or if you just, can't make it in that day because of what's going on with your body or whatever the case may be. So come join us on June 7th at 2 p.m. at the university. Make sure you snatch your shit up ASAP, because I'm telling you, there are 33 today, and I bet you tomorrow it's going to be 32, and so on and so forth. So snatch it up at cocopeila.com/cassette. CASSETTE. Okay, I love y'all, for real, for real. No, we're not done. So she's produced for incredible independent artists, contributed to music documentaries like Contact High and Ease Black Pop. She also has DJ'd at the WNBA Championship, the Panamanian Day Parade, and even on Broadway's hit show, The Collaboration. As I told you, she's the co-creator of QSTV with her brother, Marcus Machado. And QSTV stands for Quality Sounds TV, curating spaces for global creatives. She's also the in-house music coordinator for fashion brand Marissa Wilson NY, scoring fashion campaigns and New York Fashion Week runway shows. So she's already, before we turned on the cameras, I was like, hey, Vic, what projects you working on right now? She's like, oh, yeah, I got three coming out. I'm like, right, this is why you are back here. But let me tell you that her debut album was Casis World. Actually, that's how we met at your release party, right? Mm-hmm. Melissa Jones from Oakland was like, hey, I want to take you to this show. There's like a really dope woman from out here. She's like an independent artist, and the energy was so fire. And her beat tapes, Ultra Rise Beats and Casis Flips, are out now everywhere. Last time we played a little bit from both. Anyway, I just wanted y'all to know who we talking to, who we fucking with. Okay.
So sweet.
Okay. But so what's up, Vic? Like, where's your mind at?
What's up? Yeah. Just continuing to move forward with like what we have as a organization, and just trying to push the envelope and I think spread what we already are doing like even further. So we want to go do the Asia side. Yeah, we want to go to like Japan and China, and we want to go on that side and do, because the beat scene over there is pretty crazy, and just overall the creative scene over there, it's really crazy. And a shout out to my friend Mike Larry Draw. So Mike Larry, he's from the BX, and he's like a Renaissance man.
Yes.
So he producer, engineer, writer, rapper, crazy MC. He does it all. Like, I could ask him anything and he probably knows the answer to it, because he's just he has his hands in like so many different things. But he moved out to Japan, and he's been killing it over there, creating the scene over there. So kind of creating a pipeline so that all of us can go over there and flourish. So shout out to Mike Larry. And yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to go to like Japan and China, and go on that side and do some cool stuff with what we do here. So really just taking it as far as we want with this thing, and also I think collaborating with different brands that align with what we're about, what we like to do. Whether it's smaller brands or big brands, big name brands, like we want to collaborate and just push this kind of like a renaissance where like these independent artists are running things, and they're not being controlled by these big labels and stuff like that. Like we're holding our own, putting everything in our own hands, you know what I mean? And going in the direction we want to go in, whatever direction it is. Even like sonically, if you want to switch up your sound, you can do it. If you want to switch up your look, you can do it. If you want to, collaborate with these type of artists, you can. Like there's no, type of control or restraint on what we want to do. So yeah, that's it. Just pushing that renaissance of independent, independent praise, independent, going forward with it. So yeah.
It's really one thing to like be very focused on lifting, getting your solo career off the ground, but it's a whole nother thing to build from a place of community. And I feel like that's what y'all are doing with QSTV. And I know anytime you holler at me about, an event, I always try to make it, because it really reminds me of the community aspect that made me fall in love with hip hop, and made me kind of organize my entire life. And all my friends, like everything came out of those situations where it was just people genuinely growing, people genuinely sharpening their craft, trying new things. And there's something that's so inspiring about that type of environment, but it's rare to find it. I believe, I don't know if you find it a lot, but I think the thing is that they say that the culture of a organization is always a reflection of like the people
that
who
run
lead it, right? And so that's something that I noticed about QSTV, is that people are genuinely open-hearted, supportive, like interested in collaborating.
That's what,
and that's how you are, and that's how Marcus is as well. But this is Women in Hip Hop Wednesday, so I want to focus on you in this moment, but just to say, like, is especially post sheltering in place in the pandemic, like it's so important, the kind of community and culture making and like protection that you have right now, that y'all are doing with QSTV, and then being able to move it around globally so that folks can, I don't know, to widen that web of relationships. So I don't know if you want to tell me anything about like what it's been like, or what you're envisioning for it, or how you feel looking back since the beginning when it started.
Like this was never a plan at all to run. Like, of course, being part of community, we've always been a part of, the creative community. But as far as running it and seeing how far it's come, like, it was the pandemic. Like, that's all I can say, because we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
We were like, yo, what are we going to do? And then we just came up with this idea, and then we just started brainstorming of like, well, we got all of our friends. What's a way we can like showcase all of our stuff and, bring it to the forefront so other people that might not be familiar with us or with our friends, like, this is a space where you can find out what's the new stuff, you know what I mean? And we just came with the idea. And then as far as like, we don't really manifest, but I think it's like a subconscious thing. So it's kind of like, we'll discuss like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to like go overseas and do this. And then it just happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just work towards it. So it's kind of like...
That sounds like manifestation.
I know,
to me.
but we're not like, oh, we're going to manifest this and we're going to do... Like, I have to manifest... Like, we're not... It's just something we kind of do, but we're not like saying, oh, yeah, this is what it is. So it's kind of like we have an idea and then we just work towards that plan.
Yes.
And then once that plan happens, then it's just like, okay, what's next? So we just kind of keep one up and trying to... even how can we push this even like further? So that's kind of like what we like to do. But being a organizer and creating community and stuff like that was never in the cards. It was more so just creating music. Like, that was just my go-to. It's just, I'm just creating and collaborating and working on cool projects. And, my thing is like putting what I do in different mediums. So like, of course, like in whether it's Broadway or in fashion, on television, or, within documentaries and films, like, doing music and putting it in different mediums. That's kind of my thing. But besides that, I didn't think like, oh yeah, we're going to start something and it's going to turn to something like really big. But now that it's here and it's growing, we're just trying to just push it even further. But yeah, community is everything to us, because we know how it is going and trying to find our people, like trying to find, okay, where's the jam sessions at? Where's all this stuff at? Now, back then in New York, there was tons of jam sessions around where you could just go and, vibe out. But even with jam sessions, it was more so catered to artists and musicians. We didn't really have much of like stuff for like producers. And if there was, it's like really, really underground and you didn't know about it. But I'm not the only one. Like, QS is not the only one that has producer stuff now. So we have like Donut Lounge and there's different places. Jersey Produce, that's our people's Donut, that's our, fam. And now everyone is starting their own thing. And that's what we wanted. Like, okay, like we have our stuff, but it's open for everyone to start their own thing too, because it's only making this whole scene grow even more. And then as far as going to different places, going to Cali or Florida or Amsterdam or, London, we wanted to create that pipeline. So then whenever a producer is traveling and they're like, hey, easily they know the beat scene in London. Oh yeah, Dusty, shout out to Dusty. He runs like a crazy scene over there. Or Iwi. Iwi's doing a lot of great things over there in London. Can easily reach out to them and be like, hey, I want to play. Can I play? Yeah. And then boom, you have a show there. Now you can do your thing. Or if you want to go to Florida, you want to go to Orlando,
Orlando's got a dope scene.
Crazy scene.
Yeah.
Tampa, Miami scene, Orlando scene, like a lot of crazy talent.
Yeah.
So shout out to OG Loop. OG Loop, he has his scene over there. Or Rickinish. Rickinish has a crazy scene in Tampa. You can reach out to these guys when you go to Florida and you can play. So it just makes it easier now, instead of it's just like you're in your bedroom and you're playing. And shout out to the producers that are in their bedrooms and they're playing.
But at some point you
want to break out.
Yeah.
But if when you're ready, because it's different. Like going and playing beats and shooting videos in your room is completely different from doing it live in front of an audience. And that's not for everyone. So you do what's comfortable for you. So for those, shout out to the bedroom producers because they're killing it, like online. And when they play these videos and stuff, they're bringing in their own crowd and they're doing their thing on their own way. So that's great. But when you want to break out, if you want to, and you want to start doing shows in front of people, now there's spaces for you to do that. Yeah. So now all these different cities, there's a scene. Chicago, what's his name? Before Lasers. He has his scene of producers. Magnus Andretti, he has his scene in DC. So it's like there's different places now. There's people where it's like you can reach out and everyone can shine and like do their thing. So that's a beautiful thing to see. But I think definitely it's crazy. The pandemic is it's like a blessing and a curse type thing, right? Because you're locked down, you don't know what to do. But now it's like, okay, how can I get extra creative? How can I just create my own thing? And I think from there that just brought out so much beauty in creativity. Yes. and just now forming even a larger community of like creatives. So I think it's great. So yeah, shout out to everyone that's like creating their community in their cities, and it's just making it easier for everyone to just go and travel and like do their thing and get their own fans, get their own crowd in different cities. So it's great. It's great. So we're just playing. QSC was just doing our part. That's all we're doing.
Girl.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we have something very special planned for y'all. A part 2. The next episode, you're going to get a treat. But before that, I just want to ask you 2 things. This interview really could be like, we had KK on here last month and I was like,
shout
this
is
too short.
I know.
I'm like,
especially talking with KK. Right. KK done DJ'd everywhere. That girl travels, okay?
Yo.
That girl travels. And so she can talk about all like everything she's seen and her journey as a producer. Like, she's amazing. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Big shout out to DJ KK47. We have to do a part 2 because I was like, Kay, we didn't even scratch the surface. And she told me that actually leading up to the interview, she was like, hey, I think we should just have like, because you know how, you see my doc, it's like 50 questions.
I know. Yeah, I know.
She was like, maybe like just focus on 2 or 3. I was like, nah, that's not enough. We got to ask you everything.
Yeah.
Real shit. We probably got through 2 or 3 questions because she had it was so rich. Crazy. It was so rich.
That's what I'm saying.
But just to say to you before we transition to actually making something real time together, what would you say to a woman or girl at any age who has that desire inside of her? Like, I want to know, like, could I make beats? Or I want to make beats, or I want to learn how to DJ, whether it's like on Serato or it's vinyl or it's on an MPC or it's with, I don't know, they still call FL Studio now?
Yeah, okay. yeah.
At least, Fruity Loops. Or Ableton or Logic or whatever it is, machine. Like, what would you say, like, really, what's the first step?
Yeah, I would say, well, see what machine or what software, what works for you. So I would say the easiest thing I say is go on YouTube and look at like tutorials, because of course you can produce, but there's so many different DAWs and different stuff that you can produce on. So it's kind of finding what fits for you. So I would say definitely looking at different tutorials or people like that are experts in these different, DAWs and softwares and machines. See their videos and explain their process of how they make stuff. And then from there, once you're kind of familiar or, decide what you want to use, then download or purchase, whatever that is, and then start practicing. But now that we also have all these different beat scenes and stuff, go to a show and actually communicate, talk with these different producers. Because before, I didn't have that. There was no scene. There was no scene, so I didn't have anything. I'd figured out everything on my own.
Right.
And even before, I would say YouTube was around when I was 16. But
is that when you started making beats?
I started making beats when I was 16, but
I didn't remember that.
So I started playing drums at 5. But producing, that started at 16.
Y'all hear how she just like slid that in casually?
No, stop.
She's like, yeah, I was drumming for Prince on tour at 5. Okay.
So I would say now that you have all these different organizations and different communities, you can start going to a show. Also, you can DM people like me and different, producers that you may like. There's a lot more resources out now as far as learning how to produce. It's starting to get more even easier to produce. You can even do it on your phone now. So you got the Kauai. You can just do it on the phone now. Like it's
the
really
Kauai app?
Yeah. It's insane. You can go and sample and do all that on your phone. So it's getting even more easier to learn how to, make stuff. But definitely, I would say just reach out, look at the tutorials, invest in yourself. So, I had to buy how I started out was on Reason 3, but that was given to me because Peter Panic, shout out to Peter Panic, he had all this old equipment. He's a dope producer. And he asked, he was like, hey, you guys want this stuff? And we were like, okay. And it was an old Dell desktop computer, like old, and it had Reason 3 on there.
They don't know about desktop. They don't know about that. Like,
oh my God. Yeah, no laptop.
Y'all was on dial-up?
Yeah, it was that bad. Yeah,
girl,
yes. This is a throwback. And I would pencil in there. I didn't have anything. I didn't have no beat machine. So I went from that, and then
with the mouse, you would
pencil in the kick, snares, everything. And then from there, I saved up and I brought a Machine Micro. And then from there, used that for a long time. And then got the Machine Plus, brought that. So it's just investing in yourself. And just going to these different communities and asking questions. Even like last night, there was a lot of new faces that came through to our show. We had the Zone last night at Filthy Diamond. And there was some that they've never performed in front of an audience before, but they're interested. They're like, oh, next time you have a show, I would love to, give it a try, do open aux. So get out there and, you don't have to jump in, head first. But I would say go fill out the scene, see what you like. Everyone has their own sound, own things that they like. So go in there and, see what you like. And then if there's a producer that you kind of like what they're using and you like their process, talk with them, you know what I mean, and ask as many questions and learn. And then on the women's side, there's different organizations now. So you have Building Beats. They teach young girls how to produce.
You have KK 47 has girls DJ too.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to DJ. So there's different organizations catered to us now, which is beautiful because I didn't have that growing up. Gender Amplified, shout out to Ebony. Yep. She runs that, and that's like a camp. So for producers, songwriters, singers, all the creatives to go in there and collaborate with women.
And No Scrubs is for women and non-binary folks.
DJs. Yeah.
Who?
So that's Flower Shark.
Okay, Flower Shark.
So Flower Shark runs that. Shout out to Flower Shark, my sis. Flower Shark. Fun fact about Flower Shark: she DJ'd my baby shower.
What?
She sure did. So shout out to Flower Shark. That's my girl.
Yes.
Yes, she did. So there's so many different organizations out there now. I'm so happy that there's just so much more, for producers now. Because it wasn't like that before. It's kind of like you buy what you're gonna buy, and then you figure it out.
Yeah, or you just try to.
But if you don't know anybody, or if you're in Idaho,
correct,
and there's nothing out there for a scene for what you want to do, then where do you go, right? But they have virtual, all these different organizations. They have stuff virtually too. So if you want to learn, you can. There is a way for you to learn, even if you're not in a big city like New York or LA and. There's places for everyone now to learn. So.
Say that I don't have bread just yet, but I just need to get started somewhere. What program would you suggest I download a 30-day free trial of some shit? I know Kawhi.
On the
I was
phone.
gonna say because
Yeah,
even people making beats like ones that are on the radio off GarageBand.
Yeah, off Garage. I was gonna say that. So if you have a MacBook, GarageBand's on
or
there.
even iPhone. Sometimes you just download.
Yeah, and so if you have our Apple user, you know there's stuff already. GarageBand is there for you, and you can buy a little MIDI keyboard, and you can just start creating from there, and then build from there. And I just would say invest in yourself. I would say that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Because it's gonna get you far if you invest in yourself. And that's what I would say. Mm-hmm.
I love it. What do you think the importance is particularly for Black women and girls to like center their creativity in this moment in time with everything that's going on in the world? Like, some people might be like, "Oh, you're over there doing that frivolous shit. We have war. We have Black femicides on the rise." But like, why do you think it's important?
You put all that in the music. Like, it's funny. Every generation, there's artists that they kind of show they're writing or showcasing what's going on in the world. Of course, Marvin Gaye, what's going on? It's like the ultimate. But there's so many different artists that they're about that. Nina Simone.
Yeah.
We can go down the line. But especially now, with everything what's been going on for the past couple of years, put that in the music because people need it. And also, it's important to put it in the music because even, years down the line when our youth coming up,
that's right,
when they grow up, they can listen back and they'll know in time, like, oh, this is what happened. Like, they can go back to that time. So it's history in itself. Of course, you can read it in the book, but hearing it in the music and hearing it from artists and hearing how it's coming from in here, and that's getting put into the music. So for them to hear that, they'll connect with it more. People connect with stuff in different ways. So some people connect from watching a movie. Some people connect from reading a book and, reading about somebody's story or, and then people connect through music. So
right.
We need it. We need all those different mediums. So, yeah, definitely it's important, for the future and, for the past. So, yeah.
Which, speaking of the past, you got something pretty cool on your shirt.
What I got?
What you got?
I got Queen Latifah, Moni Love, Ladies for, I had to do this for you. Shout out to my homie Law P. So Law P, another fun fact, he was on my debut album, Casis World, and he was on the song Concrete Jungle.
Yes.
But he also has an amazing brand called From the Archive. And
what?
Yeah, From the Archive. Yeah, so definitely you guys should look it up. Check out his Instagram. But he spells it different, so it's From the Archive. It's A-R...
Like a Y in there or
No,
something?
ARXIVE, I believe.
Okay.
And Law P is great. He's just an amazing creative. But the tees, they're just fly tees of
So
like different
good.
Black, leaders and, Black people in the culture that's like killing it. So definitely look at it. Yeah. So yeah, Queen Latifah, Moni Love. Yeah, this is a
Ladies
vintage.
first.
This is a vintage From the Archive though. I got this a long time ago.
When'd you get that?
I like got it from him, but this was from years ago. This was before the pandemic.
We love vintage around here.
I think this was like 2018, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, it was around, I think 2018, 2019, I had got this. So, yeah. Shout out to Law P.
And shout out to Queen Latifah and Moni Love.
Come on now.
Yes.
Come on, legends. Yeah.
Oh my God. Tell us just a little bit about what we can look forward to from you 2026, 2027, 2028, just as far as the projects you're working on right now.
Yeah.
Just so we could keep our ear to the street.
To the streets. So shout out to Ricky Stevens, my girl Ricky. So we got a record that we're looking to drop sometime this year, but it's a mixture. It's like dance, pop. It's good vibes, really R&B vibes. It's a mixture of different influences from us, but shout out to Ricky Stevens because she's like a Renaissance woman, a dancer, singer, songwriter. She plays guitar, she does it all. And she just came back from Sarasota. She did theater. She did a show I want to say for like 2 or 3 months. But she's back now. She's back. You should have her on the show.
Yes,
you
I would
actually
love
should.
to have her.
She's amazing, and she can definitely tell you just her process, her creative process, and her voice is amazing.
As a singer, she's a singer.
Yeah, she's a singer.
Girl.
Her voice is amazing. But we have a project together, so I produced everything, and she singing, songwriting on it. So she'll look forward to that. Probably, we don't have a release date yet, but it'll be sometime this year.
Okay.
And then my homie Reels, dope MC from Brooklyn. It's funny, we met in the Bronx at this show, and yeah, like he saw me play. I did a beat set, and then I saw him play. He was performing, and we were like, "Yo, you're dope." And he was like, "Yo, you're dope." And then we just was like, "Yeah, let's just collaborate." So we got a project that we're going to be dropping sometime this year, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's like a cool EP, but I'm really excited about just the songs and everything. So yeah, getting all that together, and then I'm working on my own stuff, which it's going to be more. It's different. It's going to be a little bit different from my previous stuff. So it's more dance oriented, more upbeat. I wanted something for people to move to because we're going through so much, and I'm like, instead of just being dreaded and like I want a project where people can just release and just kind of step away from that for a sec and just kind of like live in the moment and dance and vibe out because we need it sometimes.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'll be dropping that also sometime this year. So
okay,
we working.
Of course. I mean, that's not a question.
Keep busy.
Best way to find you is Instagram at underscore Casis.
Yeah, Casis underscore. So it's underscore CASIS underscore. You can also go to my website if you want to find out just more information on me or listen to all my music, and also check out my music videos and my previous DJ sets. All that's on my.
Book her to DJ.
Huh?
Book her to DJ.
Oh yeah, you can book me too. Not asking for much.
No,
so,
but you bring a lot to the table.
Yeah. So that's VickyCasis.com. You can go there. You can also follow QSTV. It's at official QSTV on Instagram. And you can also go to our website. It's officialqstv.com. And all of our content is on there as far as, videos, music, our radio stuff, because we did radio stuff in the past. And then also the collective. So like the crew, like people that you see at the Link Up at the Zone, their projects is also on there. So you can check out like designer stuff, King John Ill stuff, True Function stuff, Mondo Slay. There's a lot of like dope talent, and their stuff is also on the website. So go to officialqstv.com to check all that stuff out. Yep.
But make sure you go to at underscore Casis.
Of course.
Underscore.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. A very final question. Here at the end, every single time I end, I always say hip hop is a conversation. So what the fuck is you saying?
What is you saying?
So for you, what do you feel like you're saying right now in the cipher, in the culture? Like, what's your contribution? What's the important message that you want to communicate?
I would say that we all we got. I would say community is everything. We all gotta just, take care of one another. If you have somebody that's going through it, support, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, just, even if it doesn't have to be like a financial thing of like supporting, but just being there for that person, talking with them and, making sure they keep their head up, holding that crown up, like you said, you know what I mean?
Girl.
So I think, making sure everyone supports one another because we all need each other, and especially at this time, we all need each other. So just making sure we're all together in everything that we do is very important.
Thank you so much, Vic.
Thank you. Love you, Coco. Love you, Coco.
Oh, love y'all. For real.
Love y'all.